Welcome to the Redvee TV Instant Fan Reaction, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2022 season, as we reflect on the 28 points to 8 victory over the Catalans Dragons here this evening at the Totally Wicked Stadium. You've all been a bit quiet. Oh, they've all gone. Where have you all gone?
Come on, you says! Come on, you says! Come on, you says!
All right, you've had your sing-song.
We're off now. All the best.
What a win that was, eh? Who expected that 28? Hey, unbelievable.
Great win.
We wasn't very good in the first 10 minutes, but after that, it was all us, wasn't it?
Was that just a case of Catalans trying to put the bully on?
I think they did bully us tonight. Definitely, they tried to, but we stepped above that.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Definitely.
I thought first 10 minutes I was slightly worried because Catalans came to play one way.
They did, exactly.
But once we seemed to get a little bit of a grip of it,
yeah, we was fine then. Yeah, we was definitely fine. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Impressed by the way we moved the ball about?
I certainly was, definitely, yeah.
Who most impressed you tonight?
I thought Hurrell played brilliant tonight for us, absolutely. And he was my man of the match.
I think we expected him to actually get man of the match, given on his performance, and he capped it off with a fine try at the end.
Yes, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, what a try that was as well, isn't it?
I was going to say, I'm not entirely sure he wants to run that far at that point in the game.
It was brilliant, that, absolutely. It capped a great victory off for us.
It did.
No doubt about that.
That's it. He was clever about the ball, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
He was running the ball in. He was clever about the ball. That setting up Roby try where he's just flicked it out. Great centre play. Listen, it's only his first competitive game for us.
Yeah.
But it's a positive start for the lad, isn't it?
Certainly is. Hopefully he can stay in the team. You know what I mean? I think he should do. My own personal view.
Well, we were talking during the game. Obviously, he's going to play the first 3 or 4 weeks with Regan Grace missing. Yeah. And then potentially you look at, you leave him in the team, give Tommy Mack a week off, you give Hopoati a week off. It's good to have such a strong squad. Percy as well. We don't have to flog the players the same 17 week in, week out, and there's competition for places, which can only be a good thing.
It certainly is a good thing. That's what we've lacked in the past, really, isn't it? In positions, to bring somebody in.
Yeah, and I think it's that experience as well. It's not just dropping a young lad in, which we still need to do. We still need to blood the likes of Ben Davies and Josh Sim and get them game time. But having the experienced player there as well is great for us. An international player, a dream team player of the year a couple of times. Yeah, it is good. It's good for the squad, isn't it?
It certainly is good for the squad, and that's what we want, more of that, without a shadow of a doubt. Anyway, thanks, lads.
No problem.
Thank you very much for that.
What's your name?
Chris. Chris it is, yeah.
Thank you for coming on, Chris.
You're welcome, no problem.
Happy days.
See you later.
See you later. Team selection, Kev, wasn't far off what we all expected, if not the 17.
Yeah, I think that's what we all said. We were wondering whether one or two of the lads might miss out from the... who missed the testimonial might not come in, but I think the only one who kind of didn't play too long was Sirenen. Are you just looking for light here?
Yes.
I can see you.
Go that way, Kev.
I can see you looking.
We'll go that way.
We'll walk backwards and.
Hey, that's better. There you go. That's better. We're in the light. We're in the light.
Look at that, skills.
Would have been great skills if we'd have had it for the first 3 minutes 40 of this video. But anyway.
But yeah, there's only probably Kurt Sirenen who's not. He's done a stint and he's been introduced to the team, but there's only probably him who's not had a good 30-40 minutes there out of the lads who missed the testimonial.
But then you look at it, and that was his first, essentially, pre-season.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Run out.
Yeah, and it's good that we could dip him in like that and get him that run. I think he was given a couple of hospital balls. I mean, when we looked a little bit gassed, which is early in the season, you're still finding your fitness, you're still finding your form. But listen, he didn't do too much wrong. I think there was a knock-on from him, but I don't think he's done too much wrong there. And I expect to see his minutes kind of increase as we go through the season.
One thing I noticed tonight, and we had a great team last season, but we look stronger. We actually look stronger on that right-hand side defensively tonight with Hurrell and Hopoati. Hopoati looks safer. Yeah. Is he a little bit of an upgrade in defence over
Kebnagama? Possibly. I mean, we've only seen him in bits here. One full game and a testimonial. He does look slick. He looks comfortable. He looks unflustered. I think that's a sign of a good player. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how he gets on throughout the season. It's first one in. I'm not going to get too carried away with anything. And I think that strength in depth that we have got of being able to play Hopewati and Hurrell and move Tommy Makinson to the side is going to be key to us, because you look at Matt Percival going off with a head knock. I mean, he did the lap of honour after, so he might be all right. Might be no sense, no feeling, might be. But then you think Sione Matauti came on, was limping. Morgan Knowles has been sent to the sin bin. Will that kind of push into a suspension for a week? You don't know, but you don't know, do you? And that strength in depth, James Bell's not even got near the 21-man squad there. That strength in depth is going to be great for us going through the season.
In terms of strength in depth, I think as well, we can line up in different ways tonight. You look at that team we put out there tonight, it was a big side. And that's what you need against a Catalan side like that who want to play that way.
But not big and daft, big and clever. As Chris has just said, and as you said, the first 10-15 minutes, I think they dragged us down to a bit of a spoiling game. And it's a shame, because that wasn't...
You don't need to play that way, do they?
No, not at all. And that's not a good advert for the game. It's a good way to win, and I suppose it's a business as well as an entertainment industry. So it's a shame that they go down that route. It's
almost like they built it up as we're going to get revenge for the grand final tonight, rather than focusing on the 2 points that was out there. It was like, they didn't need to play that way. And you know what? It worked in our favour in the end.
It did, because that's it. You even forget they lost Gil Dudson for the first 10 minutes of the game. And yeah, they've scored a lovely try as well through Yaha. The kick out to him, I said when they scored it, that's a lovely kick across to him. But we just then kind of took control of it and managed to find a space to score tries, managed to throw it out wide, managed to be cleverer about it. And you're talking about a big team. It's not a team of big and dafts. It's a lot of clever players. Sione Matauti with a cut-out ball, playing in the second row. You can see how he's played centre. You can see how intelligent of a player he is, and he's going to be massive for us this season.
Christian Wolff said on Saints TV, on the coach's interview, that he felt that Sione Matauti finished at the end of last season as the best back rower in the competition, and based on that performance, it's hard to disagree.
Definitely. That's it. If he keeps building from the end of last season through this season, he's going to be absolutely unplayable. Yeah, he likes getting involved in a little bit of niggle. We need that we've lost that with James Bentley going. I've no problem with that. You play on the edge, and that's what you get. But he could be head and shoulders above any other second rower in this competition. He just needs to keep what he was doing at the end of last season and bring it into this season like he started doing tonight.
All the new signings tonight, pretty much impressive, but Joe Batchelor getting the man of the match and another solid start for him. Obviously, got competition for places, and you feel like every challenge that's put in front of him, he steps up. He's been given the number 12 shirt this season, and based on that performance, he's going to retain it for a while to come.
Yeah, I think with the likes of Joe, it's probably a case of he doesn't take that for granted. Where he's come from and how he's built through his career, he probably doesn't take that for granted, that he's been given a number 12 shirt at one of the biggest clubs in the world. And he's got to put them performances in, or else there are other players. We said it when we were doing all of our previews. We have that many second rowers who could come into that position on the field if he dips. He's won the Sky Man of the match because I think Sione got the one in the ground. Great. I thought he was good tonight. I thought he was really good tonight. And it sets a platform. When you've got your players who you turn around and think, well, have we got better? Is Sirenen coming to take his place? Is James Bell coming to take his place? And he steps up another level. You can't argue with him being picked, can you?
Do you know what? I think the best thing about tonight was there was 4 or 5 genuine man of the match shouts, and you wouldn't. And do you know what? You wouldn't be stood here disagreeing with any of them.
No, not at all. That's it. Because we thought Hurrell might get it in the ground. And then they give it to Sione, and we've turned around to each other and gone, I've no problems with that at all. I've no problems. You think that sometimes it's the more eye-catching one for the sponsor in the ground, where it's like...
You felt it would have been Hurrell just because everybody wants to meet him.
Yeah, exactly. But, you wouldn't argue with any of them. Him, Batchelor, Sione, Hurrell, Roby. Jack Welsby had a decent game as well. All right, he's made a mistake first up, but he's grown from that. That's what we need to see from Jack this year. He's going to get peppered. He's going to get absolutely bombed on some occasions. If he makes a mistake, Jack Welsby seems to have the maturity at the minute to put it at the back of his mind and go, you know what, I'm better than that.
Obviously, the game was kept closer than it was, or maybe should have been for a while. Obviously, missing those 4 kicks in the first half. Listen, 2 or 3 of them were touchline kicks. It's not ideal, and I've seen a lot of tweets at half time rightly saying kicking might cost us.
Yep.
But listen, Lewis Dodd's kicked goals for fun all through his career. Opening night of the season, maybe not the night for it. Listen, do you remember Lachlan Coote at Wakefield away from? We spoke about it. Had an absolute shocking kicking game that first game out, and people want to look for the negatives straight away. He turned out all right.
Yeah, that's it. And I actually said to you after he'd missed the first one, there'll be somebody turning around saying Coote would have kicked that. You know what? He might have, but Coote's not here anymore. And the reason Coote's not here anymore is because we'd have had to pay more money, and that's when you start stunting the players underneath. And I think you said you don't bring in Harrell and Sirinen, so you don't bring in 2 players for 1.
And then where'd you play Welsby?
And then where'd you play Welsby? Is he just a bits and pieces player for the next year?
Listen, Welsby's far too good to be playing week in, week out. Yeah. And you know what? I suspect by the end of the year, everybody will be... Well, if you're not already saying it, that, listen, Welsby's the right choice to be full-back for this team, because he's in your team for years to come. And then you've got Lewis Dodd growing. Listen, just having a scrum half who, like, instead of just pulling the ball straight through the hands, just doing that little cheeky kick through and chasing his own kick and scoring. Theo Farge doesn't do that. I'm not. This isn't. Yeah. It's not. We're not bagging Theo Farge. It's a different. He's a different player. Yeah. But you've got to get Lewis Dodd into that team. He made breaks in the second half, which we were unlucky not to finish off. But there's so much talent in this team.
Yeah, there is, and there's so much talent waiting to come into this team as well. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely tremendous. That's it. You come out on a Thursday night, it's freezing.
Is it, Kev?
little bit windy. I don't know. I've got my gloves on.
I feel like one of them people who go like swimming in the sea on Christmas Day because I'm mad. I'm not wearing my hat, but you know what? I've got a really big bobble hat. Not a Saints one because they don't make them.
So have I.
Not a Saints one because they don't make them.
Not a Saints one. I forgot what I was saying now.
Bigger bobble hats.
Yeah. No, let's not go down that route.
Every year, every week. They're not getting bobble hats right off the field, but they are getting other things right. Entertainment tonight, having a band on in the West Stand, light show, cheerleaders are back, filling the East Stand and getting a big crowd. And listen, I think it was in partnership with Home Bargains that tonight, but you know what? It was full. You only need 15-20% of that stand, so like what they've seen tonight and come back next week, and you're adding to your crowd, and that's how you build. And you know what? I almost feel like the singing section behind the sticks at the back of the West Stand, it's growing. Yeah. It's getting stronger, and it's becoming the place you want to be, if it wasn't already. And if it wasn't already, I don't know what you were doing for the last 2 or 3 years, but there we go.
Yeah, big word to the fans tonight. I thought they were tremendous. I think to a person, they were absolutely tremendous. That singing section, starting us all off, absolutely brilliant. The lads and girls in there, hats off to you. Well, not quite hats off, it's freezing. But, yeah, fair play. Saints filling that East Stand for games like Catalan and games we like to lose, I think that is paramount. The ideal thing is we've got a stadium here that holds just less than 18,000. The ideal thing is every week you've got 25,000 people from St Helens and the surrounding areas wanting to get in here and not being able to, and then turning around to away teams and going, you can only have 100, 200 tickets.
When we play the likes of Wigan and Warrington, they're going to bring plenty of fans wanting to watch the champions.
Yeah, well, yeah, they are. Well, they are, aren't they? If you can watch the three-peat champions, you're going to come and watch them, aren't you? Because you're gonna want to.
With the added bonus of seeing your own team get beat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it'll be the wanting to knock them off the perch. Yeah. That's what it is. But filling that stand, that East Stand, however they do it, whether it's like they've done it with the NHS, like they've done it with the community clubs, like they're doing it now with a sponsorship deal. That's what they need to do.
It'll reap the benefits in the long run.
But that's it. They've lost nothing. They've had, you pay for stewards, you pay for your staff behind the bars, but you start bringing your concessions in. If there's kids in there, they probably want something out the club shop. All of a sudden,
they all wanted a big bobble up. They couldn't get one.
Well, they can get small ones apparently, so they'll be all right. The kids.
They were going in the shop saying, Dad, can you have a look for a big bobble hat for that man off Redvee TV? No, son.
I'm going to take one of them big marquee signs down off the back of us in the West and wrap it round your head. That'll do for you for a bobble hat.
Can you tell we're happy?
I know.
Opening game of the year, and do you know what? There's nothing that has given me any doubt that we are favourites.
Yeah, you can see why we're favourites. If Catalan are going to turn up like that against us, and it lasts 15 minutes, and then they kind of get found out from us from actually playing rugby, then this. I mean, I've tipped Catalan to finish first, but us to win the grand final.
That's just being polite, though.
That is being polite. No, but you think
I've tipped us to win, finish top and win it.
Fair enough. But if they're going to turn up like that to teams like whether it's us, whether it's Wigan, whether it's Warrington, whether it's Leeds, Hull, KR, whoever, they'll get found out if they're not going to play rugby, because they've got players who could beat us. They beat us at Magic Weekend. Thankfully, we didn't have to roll out the consolation tweets tonight. But
I might go looking for Sam Tompkins' tweet when I get home. When he was where I might retweet that one later. Oh, little video we retweeted of whether it looks like either he was pulling Conrad's collar or his hair.
Yeah, listen, you've shown me the video. I don't know. That's something for the disciplinary panel to have a little.
All
look
I'll say is, if he was pulling his collar, why did Conrad go ow?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Maybe it was a tight shirt.
Maybe it was a tight shirt, yeah.
Are we done, Kev?
I think we are.
Right.
16 minutes.
We've
17 minutes.
done all right on this, haven't we?
I think people have just seen me squinting because I usually wear my glasses at what? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And we will catch you very, very soon for another winning edition of Redvee TV. Catch you later. I can't find the button, Kev.